Well, we want to say thanks to everyone who sent in pictures of their dogs. Look at how cuties. It has been so fun seeing these pictures roll in. Beautiful. God, a lot of love there. Well, a lot of people spend a lot of time and money training their dogs to be well-behaved dogs, but often what they learn flies out the window when they get into those real-world situations at the dog parks or with other dogs or strange situations. Dog trainer Catherine Newman is here with Higgins, the Doberman, with some simple steps that you can take to help set your dog up for success. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
And might I say off the bat, Higgins is like really well trained.
Well, thank you. And he's filling in for Jimmy. Jimmy is the star, the golden retriever of this segment, but he's on vacation, so Higgins offered to come in to take his place.
Way to go, Higgins. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, so what's the first tip? I mean, a lot of people they go to obedience school or they try to perform these tasks with their dog, but then it goes to the real world where you're passing an aggressive dog or you're in a dog park and it all falls apart.
Exactly. And so this segment today isn't really about how to teach your dog to sit or heel or lay down. It's all about handling. And there is a stage that all dogs go through, especially your teenage year dogs, ages 6 months to a year, where they know their skills, but they don't apply them. And so today it's about talking about handling and being prepared.
So what should we do?
Well, the first one is to be prepared and to make sure that you've got the right training gear. So when you take a look at the next segment, we are going to make sure that our dog is geared up. We're going to make sure that he's got the right training gear. We're going to make sure that we've got treats, because we are anticipating the guest that's about to show up. And in this day and age of Ring doorbells and cell phones and texting, we know when Amazon is coming or a guest is coming. So if your dog knows his obedience, get him geared up a good 15 minutes in advance and practice before the doorbell rings.
Okay, so how important is it to be proactive, to get your dog in the right mindset? Like, how important is that part?
100%. So even though Higgins is fully trained and he's a competition obedience dog and he's owned by a professional dog trainer, I still drilled him coming into the studio today to remind him to be on his P's and Q's. Same thing with the family dog. If you've got guests that are coming over, practice some sit stays. And right here, we actually are being so proactive that we have our dog on the sit stay before the door ever opens. And what most people do is they wait for the hysteria to occur, and then they try to get control of their dog, and we want to get control of our dog in advance.
And then they blame their dog, like it's the dog's fault.
Yes.
Am I wrong on this?
No, you're not
it's
wrong.
the owner.
Yes.
It's the discipline of the owner.
Yes, and that's why we're here today to say, be a step ahead, stay a step ahead of the hysteria.
Okay, you say use space to achieve success. What does that mean?
That is the secret ingredient for great dog training. Distance either decreases or increases desire, and desire can result in a dog getting really whipped up and out of control. So
you mean distance to and from another dog or another person?
Or triggers, bikes, rollerblades, squirrels. So if I have a young dog and we are looking to acquire these skills, and I see a squirrel, I'm not going to wait until that squirrel is 3 feet from us or 8 feet from us. I'm going to set up my dog in a sit maybe 20 feet back. Same thing with a dog. You can see this on the next video coming up, is that we have Jimmy sitting a good distance away from Higgins. And look at the amount of space that we have between Jimmy and Higgins. So we're making sure that Jimmy can complete the sit stay and that he can come out of the command successfully, as opposed to overcorrecting him.
And are you rewarding or disciplining the dog to get that sit to be well done?
Excellent question. In this stage, we're doing both. So in the teaching stage, it's exclusively positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
But when we move into this stage, it's a combination of enforcement of the command. If I tell you to sit, you must sit, or there's a gentle enforcement. If you do sit and you perform it well, there's going to be a ton of praise and a ton of treats.
What is a gentle enforcement? Is it like a little pinch? Is it a collar? Is it just like a stern sort of noise?
Extremely dependent upon the dog and his stage of training. So on a younger dog that is really energetic, like when he was young, he needed more training gear. He was on a prong collar.
Yeah.
A Cavalier King Charles, a very soft dog, a very meek dog, mellow. They might be a simple and that's it. So you really have to adjust the training for the dog.
Okay, but it's just positive, negative. You got to know when and where.
Balance. You need to have balance.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Make sure you have a plan, right? Lastly,
Absolutely.
We got to wrap up. But if you, in summary, go ahead.
Yes. So basically, when I go into a scenario with one of these juvenile dogs, I plan for success. I make sure that I know what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and then we get out of the situation successfully.
Also, how about not expecting your dog to be perfect unless you put the work in? You gotta put the work in.
You do. Clients ask me all the time, how often do I expect you to work with my dog or with a dog?
Yeah.
And at least 20 minutes of drilling a day. But then when you're living with the dog, you have to have a lot of rules. Wait at doorways, don't jump up, don't play tug of war,
Right.
sit for meals, sit for treats. And so those little skills are really super important, and they're as important as your 20 minutes of drilling each day.
Yeah, the discipline. Hey, thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
on again. We appreciate it. Hey, all Catherine's training tips, they're on care11.com along with a link to Augusta Dog Training. Thank you.
You're welcome.